Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. They posted a slightly different version of the Star Wars Mandalorian trailer, and the actors did a bunch of interviews. We found out what's going on with the remnants of the Empire. Giancarlo Esposito explained what's going on with his character. He's way bigger than I originally thought he was going to be during the series. No surprise, Gus Fring would be a secret power player within the Star Wars universe. And because we also just got the full Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of Skywalker trailer and confirmed Palpatine Force Spirit trying to come back into the real world, I'll try to draw the connection between what's going on between the Rise of the First Order, the Mandalorian series, and what's going on during Episode 9. There's a giveaway for the Disney Plus streaming service. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your best Mandalorian theory on the video. Just a reminder that it's starting November 12th. This is also the full schedule for when Disney Plus is rolling out around the world. The Mandalorian will be available on day 1 for the people that will have access to the app right away. If for some reason it's not launching in your country for a couple more months or something like that, just find another way to watch the series until that happens. But they're airing episodes weekly, so it's not quite as bad as if they were dumping it all at once. But starting with the biggest stuff first, we learn the Mandalorian, as you would probably expect, no big surprise, is going to be upgrading his armor through each of the episodes. In most of these trailer scenes, you see him in armor that looks like it's really worn. Look at his shoulder pads, they're kind of brownish, they're all kind of mismatched, like he salvaged pieces of armor from other bits of armor to form his, which isn't uncommon for Mandalorians. There's a whole culture behind the way they make their armor. No two armors look exactly the same. It's not quite like Stormtroopers where everybody wears the exact same pieces. But at the beginning of the series, we see in the trailer, Werner Herzog offers him this bounty in this crazy high price. It's a bunch of Beskar, which is the special metal they use to make their armor. In the last couple of days, they released a couple new scenes that show him wearing different armor as if he's upgraded it already, so it must be from the later episodes. You see a new scene of him with Gina Carano's Cara Dune character chilling out with another new character between bounties. Then there's a fight scene of him throwing down with 2 Transdoshans. In this one, he still has the old armor. You see like the brown pieces in the shoulder pads. Either they're the bounty that he's trying to collect, or they're just other bounty hunters competing with him for the score. You get a much better shot of his special rifle. That's his main weapon that he carries with him at all times, but it's modeled after the one that Boba Fett used during the Star Wars Christmas special. That animated short is the very first time that Boba Fett ever appeared. There's also another new scene of them getting ready to throw down inside this building against a couple other people. He's also wearing that brand new shiny looking armor that he's already upgraded. So I'm assuming that this is coming from either the middle of the series or somewhere later. There's only 8 episodes in Season 1. I don't know if they're going to beef that up for Season 2, but they've already started working on Season 2. So unless they say otherwise, I'm assuming that's going to premiere November 2020 next year. Pedro Pascal explained that his Mandalorian character, and if it wasn't clear, Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian character, even though he has no dialogue in any of the trailer footage we've seen so far, and we haven't seen him take his helmet off. It's not some bait and switch where he takes the helmet off and it's someone else. It's always going to be him through the series. He explained that the difference between his character and Boba Fett is that he's actually a true Mandalorian genetically, whereas Boba Fett technically isn't a Mandalorian. The Mandalorian government actually disowned Jango Fett, and because Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett, technically he's not viewed as a true Mandalorian in the Star Wars canon. Just someone who adopts their culture and claims to be Mandalorian. But the real exciting stuff is actually Giancarlo Esposito's character. Like I say, Gus Fring, secret power player in the Breaking Bad universe, also now a secret power player in the Star Wars universe. No big surprise there. Even though you only see a little of him in the trailers and he doesn't speak that much, he's in the TIE Pilot's uniform, he's commanding the Black Death Troopers from Rogue One. His name in the series is Moff Gideon, so that instantly tells you how powerful he is within the series. Now this is taking place after Return of the Jedi and after the Battle of Jakku, which was meant to be the final defeat of the Empire. Even though they lost a big fleet in the second Death Star at the Battle of Endor, within the Star Wars canon, the Battle of Jakku was viewed as their final defeat. If you're confused about the timeline, the Battle of Jakku takes place 1 year after the Battle of Endor, and the Mandalorian series picks up 1 year after the Battle of Jakku. Jon Favreau said something recently in an interview about them exploring the origins of the First Order during the Mandalorian series, because it'll run 4 or 5 years, so you have plenty of time to cover what's going on during this period. But they won't be exploring it the way you probably think they're going to explore it, because that all happened in the unknown regions. They were at Jakku because it was the location of one of the Emperor's secret storehouses with a super weapon that they were going to try and use as a last-ditch attempt to take down the rebellion. There was a minor civil war within the Imperial ranks, and then the person that won that took the remnants of that fleet into the unknown regions with a secret map that they had taken from Palpatine's stores. So for the most part, the larger Imperial fleet has already bolted for the unknown regions when the Mandalorian series picks up, but you have people like Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon that are left in the dust, and they used to wield immense power. Imperial Moffs are governors of entire sectors of space. This is a brief clip of him talking about his character.
It's possible he's an antagonist. He was someone who was very high up in the Empire years ago, a very high up officer. He's kind of an Imperial remnant of that time after the Empire fell. We have all of these marshals who are given different areas to be the top cop in. But I know my character, Moff Gideon, has other ideas, and he could be a savior. Because in a world that is lawless, with leaders who exhibit kind of a faulty power because they still have ideas that they want to aggrandize themselves.
The lava tunnel. That to me was like...
What? Lava tunnel.
What's lava tunnel?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Cannot wait to see Giancarlo Esposito just lord over all the characters. Clearly, he hates bounty hunters, so that's why he's such an antagonist for the Mandalorian character. But then Carl Weathers chimes in with a lava tunnel, then all the other actors look at him like he's Tom Holland and he just gave away something that he wasn't supposed to say in an interview. Taika Waititi also explained what's going on with his IG-11 bounty hunter droid. He just does the voice for the character, but he said that he's meant to be naive, innocent, doesn't know anything about sarcasm, he's super direct in the responses that he gives, he doesn't know how to lie, like he's a child with a load of guns. So they're going to be using him for a little bit of comedic relief, like, oh my god, I can't believe you're doing all these terrible things, but it comes off as comedy because he has this childlike innocence about him while he's doing all this crazy stuff. In the connection to Palpatine and what's happening with Snoke during this period is that before the Battle of Jakku, Snoke had actually used the Force to communicate with Palpatine, so they had a personal history together, just the two of them, before the rise of the First Order. You can make all the theories you want about Snoke knowing that Palpatine's Force spirit was floating around because Battle of Endor, then Battle of Jakku, the Emperor was believed to be dead. Clearly we know that that didn't stick because of the Episode 9 trailer confirmed Palpatine coming back. I'm not expecting the Mandalorian series to completely address a lot of what's going on during that. They'll mostly cover that during Star Wars Episode 9 because they're wrapping up the Skywalker trilogy, so they have to explain what the Emperor has been doing this entire time. But I don't think that it will have anything to do with influencing what all these people like Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon character is doing. Those are all ants. Even in Force Spirit form, Palpatine wouldn't really care about them. He's more interested in influencing things on a galactic scale. If you still feel like you're confused about what's going on with Disney+, don't worry, we'll get more details about that when we get closer, and they'll be releasing more trailers for the next month too. There'll be a whole bunch of stuff dropping. And because they're releasing episodes once per week, it'll be a lot easier for me to do videos for each of the episodes. So if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Post all your theories. It should be pretty cool. They're hyping it up big time. Everybody click here for my breakdown of that Avengers What If series trailer, and click here for my breakdown of the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.